What is up, y'all? Capone Tony here, and welcome to a new Ever Crisis update video, y'all. So, it is update day for Ever Crisis, and the thing I always notice immediately is if we got a new banner or not, and we did. So this is our second banner for the Monster Hunter crossover. We'll just dive right into it. It's Tifa and Aerith, so let's go right into Tifa. I think she's pretty much easy one to evaluate. This is basically just a lightning powerhouse build, but it's magic. So Zach got the physical lightning build, and now she's getting the magic lightning. So it's actually going to her outfit, the Kirin Suit, boost magic ability potency, and Levinblade Arcanum. So Lightning Arcanum. This is the third character now to get the Lightning Arcanum in the game. Cloud got it in the first banner in the pretty much when the game launched with the Murasame, and Zach got it in the previous banner with his costume. So now she's the third character to get it, and it's a great outfit. So magic build potency and Lightning Arcanum, perfect combination. No complaints. The actual costume itself, cosmetics, I think it looks fine. At first, the first time I saw it during the Japanese live stream, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. But I think seeing it close up now, I think it actually looks pretty cool. I mean, I think it's like a typical Tifa build. You know, she has the crop top, short shorts, you know, it seems like a lot of Tifa outfits have that. But yeah, and the fur, you got the fur everywhere. But yeah, I think it looks cool. I think the weapon looks really cool on her hands. Matches the horn on her head. But yeah, I like it. So the Kirin Gloves, you get 520% magic lightning damage at OB0. Then she actually buffs herself with magic attack increase when she's above 50% HP or more at low. It starts out at low. Once you go to OB6, it actually goes to mid, maxes out at mid. The lightning damage goes up to 780%, and then OB10, 940% magic lightning damage, and the buff stays the same, just the duration lasts longer. So essentially, this is kind of like her bunny gloves, but the lightning version. So let's actually go check that out real quick. So if you actually know Tifa, recently she's been getting water magic set up in her last couple of banners. So with the bunny gloves, it's essentially the same type of thing where she's at OB10, she's maxing out at 850% damage, so it's less. But she's doing the same thing where she's increasing her magic attack every time she uses it. So 50% or more, same thing. But this, if she uses it 3 times, she maxes out at high. But the new weapon only maxes out at mid. So that's, I guess, something to consider. I guess that's something that's weaker compared to the bunny gloves. But the overall damage is just stronger on our new weapon too. So yeah, kind of similar, but it's magic lightning instead of magic water. So overall, I mean, it's very good. It's very strong. Very strong build. I mean, there's not much more you could want out of a DPS, right? So she's the first magic lightning character in the game as well. So that's another thing to consider. But we don't really have much magic lightning content, which is another thing, another point I'll make. So if you know the content in this game, the hardest lightning content we have right now, or the hardest lightning content, or the water content that's weak to lightning is Leviathan EX2, which I recently just beat with an OB10 Murasame Cloud with no Murasame costume. So something to consider. If you know Leviathan is weak against lightning physical. So drawing for Tifa in hopes of beating Leviathan, I don't think is wise. I don't think it's not going to be effective if you drew on Zac instead, or if you already have a good Murasame. Which for me, like I said, I have an OB10 Murasame, and I was able to beat Leviathan without the costume. So just something to think about if you are pulling Tifa specifically to beat Leviathan, because we don't have content in this game that really needs this kit yet. I mean, eventually we might. So that's just something to think about. But, you know, just evaluating this costume and her whole build, I mean, it's magic lightning. I mean, it's a strong DPS build. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to say about it. But when it comes to Tifa, she's primarily a physical damage dealer. Aside from the last 2 banners she had, was focused on boosting water magic. So, I mean, that's pretty much all her kit has, aside from being a you know, a physical damage dealer. I would say the best weapons you could probably combine with this weapon would be Power Saw. Like, I have an OB9 Power Saw. This would actually pair really well with Tifa's new weapon, so yeah. Because it has HP and magic ability potency, it also has non-elemental damage. So yeah, if you can't do the lightning damage, you can still do non-elemental. Kaiser Knuckle kind of pairs well too. I mean, our abilities kind of stink, but you can do a magic defense is decreased high at OB6. So you can pretty much just cast this once and then immediately just go into dealing some crazy lightning damage with her main weapon. So there you go. That's kind of what I recommend. I recommend one of these two weapons. You could possibly pair bunny gloves too, because I forgot to mention that our abilities on this aren't that great when it comes to magic attack. Kind of like similar to Zac, where he kind of got screwed over when it comes to our ability for physical attack. So they both max out at 31, and the lightning potency for both weapons, Zac and Tifa, is maxed out at 39, which is like kind of standard. Her special materia slots, magic attack, sigil boost, so that's pretty much perfect. But yeah, overall, I think it's a good weapon, good costume. It pretty much goes great with these two weapons right here, and yeah, I think it's good overall. You can't go wrong with it. I mean, if you love Tifa, I think it's a no-brainer. Pull on it. But for account progression, if you already have Zac or you already have Cloud, I don't think it's necessary, in my opinion. Like, I'm talking about Zac's lightning build or Cloud's lightning build. So, in my opinion, I probably wouldn't pull on this because my OB10 Murasame has already cleared Leviathan EX2, and it's cleared all the content in the game that needs lightning. So, you know, for me, it's a skip. But now I'm going to go into Aerith, which I find this one to be pretty interesting. So, she has the Kamura dress, which honestly, I think this thing looks fantastic. I love Aerith's like cosmetics in this game. I think she's got like some of the best costumes. I think this looks really cool. Like, I love Aerith, man. She's like one of my favorite video game characters like ever. And I think this looks great. I haven't drawn on an Aerith costume since Prism Dress because I haven't really needed to. And I'm considering this one. The actual stats on this costume are interesting, though. She has got buff, debuff, extension, so 60% for buff and debuff, which is pretty cool. Boost heal 10 points, honestly, is kind of disappointing. I kind of wish this was at least 15 points, because if you remember a few banners ago, we had that matte costume that had the boost HP at 15. I was kind of hoping this would have like a boost heal at 15. That, you know, just something I kind of wish, but you know, it's still a good combination overall. But actually her Kamura Wand, though, this is where it gets interesting. So this weapon at OB0 120 does PATK increase mid all allies, which is pretty crazy. Then if you have 70% HP or more, which is kind of a lot, it does a MDEF increase to the whole party as well. And also does a magic heal 5%, which is like nothing, but you know, it's there. Our abilities 30 and 12 at OB0 for buff, debuff, extension, and HP, which, you know, pretty good combination. OB6, so this thing goes to high. Both the P attack and the MDEF increase goes to high, the whole party. 16 seconds on both, but when you combine it with her costume and the freaking buff, debuff on the weapon, if you have it on the main hand, this crap's gonna last like a freaking minute. Like, it's gonna last a long time, which is pretty insane if you start out the battle with this, like casting this. And by the way, it's only 4 ATB, which is, I think it's a pretty good bang for buck for the amount of utility this thing casts. So yeah, and if you look at the special materia too, she has an all cure slot, so she can do AOE heal combined with a big single target heal too, because she has a heal boost slot, so you can throw on like 2 curas here for a big AOE heal and a big, you know, single target heal, and then magic attack boost. Interesting. So yeah, this is an interesting one for Aerith. I think it's pretty damn good, but I don't think it's like completely broken either. Like, it's really good. Like, but this 70% HP or more for the magic defense is kind of high, man. But if you start out the battle by casting it and you have like this at OB6 with the costume, it's gonna last like a minute for both of these, like almost a minute. Like 16. You got to do the math, but it's 16 seconds plus let's say you got this at OB, or if you have it at 27 points, let's say you get 120% here, and then you get 60% from the costume. So you get 180% times the 16 seconds. Yeah, it's probably like around 50 seconds or so. It lasts a long freaking time. So if you start out the battle with that, you're cooking immediately. But the thing is, she can't really take advantage of that PATK increase. This will be beneficial to 2 DPSs in your party. So if you have like a really strong, I guess, whatever. I mean, if you have a really strong Cloud and a really strong Tifa, that would benefit those 2. I mean, not Tifa's magic build, but like any of Tifa's previous builds that are like, Guide Gloves or Motor Drive, whatever. It would greatly benefit those. And Cloud, he's had so many physical attack builds that, he would obviously benefit as well. So, yeah, that's very good. But also another thing to consider, if you already have like an OB7 or OB6 Arctic Star for Yuffie, this is almost kind of not necessary because you're kind of getting the same type of thing, right? You're boosting, it's like essentially an AOE P-attack increase for 2 characters. Like, because Aerith's not going to take advantage of that anyway, right? So, yeah, like, you could technically give Aerith, like, a physical attack weapon, but she's not... No, I don't think you would do that. I would still think you would, like, pair this with something like Sun Umbrella, where you can also just decrease P-attack as well, or physical defense as well. Or you could pair it with her, let's say, what's her other weapon? You could pair it with her other debuff weapon. This one, right here, the Floral Wand. Because this also does physical attack decrease. So, yeah, I mean, Sun Umbrella and that weapon I think would probably be the 2 best. Like I said, you could like pair something like Striking Staff if you want to make her a physical DPS, but let's be honest, do you really want to make Aerith a physical DPS? I mean, you could. The option is there. But honestly, I think you would just make her into a full utility build if you were to get this weapon. You would get this weapon, you would probably combine it with Sun Umbrella, you could combine it with Guard Stick, because you're going to need to get that heal stat up there too, because that main weapon doesn't have a heal R ability, it's only coming from the costume. So you'd either get it from one of our back weapons, or you could pair it with Guard Stick. But the thing is, Guard Stick just does magic defense increase, so you're not getting much utility out of this. You just mainly just use this for the R abilities alone. Or yeah, just use Sun Umbrella. Sun Umbrella or Floral Wand. I think these 2 pair well because you get the physical defense decrease, as well as magic defense decrease if you use Sun Umbrella. So you can still use Aerith as a sub-magic DPS if you want to, she'll be focused mainly on being a healer and utility, but you can still chip in some magic DPS along the way if you were to pair this Kamura Wand with Sun Umbrella. So yeah, I mean, there's a multiple routes you can go with this, but honestly, I think this weapon's great, but I don't think it's as broken as many people might seem. I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you're getting a lot of utility here, and you're getting all cure slot, so it's like all-in-one weapon. But honestly, I think something like Centipede is like kind of better. I mean, it depends, right? It really depends, because you're getting, with Centipede, you're getting an AOE heal and defense decrease for the whole party with 1 cast. It also costs 5 ATB. This, you're getting 4 ATB, and you're getting a lot of utility, and you get, an all cure slot. So, I think this weapon's great. I don't think it's super broken, but I think it can be very useful, in my opinion. Honestly, for me, I might think about this, man. I was dead set coming into this banner, like I'm going all in on Aerith because I needed a new costume for her, and but I'm not sure now. I'm gonna have to think about this. I think I'm still gonna pull on her. I think I don't need Tifa, and yeah, if I were to pull on someone on this banner, I would probably go for Aerith for my account specifically. Because I do need a costume for her. I feel like all my costumes for her are kind of dated. I need something that buff debuff extension is very nice for Aerith. Boost heal also very nice. So for that alone, I would probably go. I might pull on it. We'll see. I'm gonna have to think about it. But yeah, that's my review of these banners. If there's something I did not consider, please let me know. There's a lot to unpack here. I'm still kind of like thinking about it as well. I think, you know, I think they're both great weapons, but I think they're both easily skippable too, in my opinion. Because, you know, you gotta think about it. If you want to save for the, you know, the summer event that's coming up next month, or you want to save for the 1-year anniversary in a few months, I mean, you can do that as well. Or you save it for Vincent. But yeah, I think it's a very solid banner, but very skippable as well. That's my opinion, but I think I'm gonna pull an Aerith. But we'll see. We'll see. You'll see in the future. But all right, that's enough rambling. That's my thoughts on this banner. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about it. Are y'all gonna pull? Is there, you know, like I said, is there anything I did not consider? Please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, if you enjoy my Ever Crisis content, please give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Later.